the judiciary is the hope of the common one. And that is the arbiter. The judiciary is supposed to be arbiter in settling any kind of dispute in the society. But the notion, which is very popular, especially for those of you who are in the inner bar, those who think that you cannot rely on the judiciary. The judiciary is highly corrupted. The judiciary is never to be relied on because of what we have seen in time past, especially if the judiciary can corrupt an election and install someone who fraudulently got into office, anything can happen because politics is what governs our lives. Do you still have any kind of hope as a member of the Enaba? A lot of people who respect your voice in the Nigeria of today.
Well, to say I have no hope would be to carry a quota and brush everybody and paint every members of the judiciary as bad. Sheung, I will tell you that given the circumstances under which the politicians have subjected the judiciary to in the time past, I think that the level of degree of poverty in terms of remuneration to the judiciary and the humongous amount of salary that public offices attract in Nigeria had made it difficult now for us to see purity of justice because politicians seem to have access to some of their lordships. And it is unfortunate because when I grew up to read law, we were told that no judge should have foreknowledge of the facts of a case is handling. But can we say that today of political cases? Two, in the process of recruitment to the bench in Nigeria, it seems to me that what you know does not appears to matter, is who you know. Two, even if what you know matters, in those olden days, you can't be a judge of any superior court of record except you have strength of character and have the capacity to resist temptation, even fleeing away using ecclesiastical language from Potiphar's wife. But today, you see some Judecs who are lily-livered, and you file a case against government. They are afraid to give decisions. They are afraid. There are some states that you can have some judges who will not assign cases involving government because they are afraid. And the reason is very simple. When you are too well known and as a masquerade, you began to dance naked in public, no one again will begin to show you respect.
Somebody will marvel at your nakedness.
Because the awe with which judiciary was held in those good olden days, when you have judges like J.I.C. Taylor, you have judges like Nemekagu,
the Coyote Ashores,
the Okupetas of this world. What betide you for you to go and say to Okuta, even in the church or in the mosque, as the case may be, that, my Lord, I have this case. I grew up in the place where lawyers ought not to and should not and must not pollute the stream of justice. So no judge, and I challenge anyone who have appeared before that can say that I have come to meet him or her for favor.
But lawyers going to meet judges for favor is now the order of the day, isn't it?
That's what I heard. And it appears to be a popular saying, and there is no smoke without fire. Therefore, the perception of the general public, of Nigerian public, is that of low rating of Nigerian judiciary. Confidence in the Nigerian judiciary has been reduced considerably in geometrical proportion. And I have written that the only institutions that can redeem itself from itself is the legal profession and the judiciary. Once the judiciary becomes bold, and let me say this, some people have this concept that judiciary is the wicked arm of government. I do not think so, because judiciary is the only arm of government that has been licensed to decree that somebody should be killed. Not even President Ahmed Bola Tinubu can wake up and say, go and kill Shehu or go and kill Mr. Okupeta. No, it must be a judge. And the reason is very simple. Our qualification to become a judge is not secondary school or its equivalent, as is available to politicians, because you can be, if you are able to read and write, or ability to communicate in English language, or any qualification acceptable to INEC, you can become president of Nigeria. You can be governor of a state, but you can't be a judicial officer of superior court of record, except you have gone to the university, you have LLB, you have gone to law school, called to bar. In the case of high court, you must have practiced law for 10 years. In the case of Court of Appeal, you must have practiced law for 12 years. And in the case of Supreme Court, you must have practiced law for 15 years. So we have defined qualification and defined code of conduct. And to use the language of my Lord Justice Iniki Toby, partiality is the attribute of politicians. Impartiality is the attribute of judges. And so he warned that judges should not be mingling with politicians, because the day you continue to mingle with politicians, indeed no man can fry red oil with white garment on. It will stain him.